Or you can put up your own video.
Right. I got it. Okay, let's see if we can finish up Pinsker here. I don't know if you've read Pinsker yourself. How many read Pinsker themselves? 2 or 3 of you. Okay, that's a good start. That's what I always expect. That's why I do this. You say, well, it makes us lazy because it makes us not read. No, I don't think it does. I think you probably would be in the same state whether I'd read it or not. But on the other side of it, my having read it makes you want to read it again yourself, and that gives it a double, triple read. And I think that's important because, in fact, it's what these guys say that's important, not me. I didn't create the history. They created the history. You scratching or asking?
No, yeah. I think that Pinsker is really a self-fulfilling prophecy for the state of Israel. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I think
he
he
addresses the Arabs in a sense, if you look really into it, and also, all about auto-emancipation. I think it's very slow.
I think Pinsker is really impressive. I'm not reading anyone who I don't think is impressive here. I mean, Hess is pretty impressive, but, you can see that he's a bit of a dancer. He moves from one thing to the next and rides that one and so on. But, he's pretty eloquent when he gets going. But, and those early ones were interesting if they could have had those ideas so early. But now Pinsker, you're really getting into tough stuff. Look at this. He wants a secure home, page 194, like Herzl will afterwards. If we would have a secure home, he says home, Herzl wants, that's why Herzl's called political Zionism. He wants, you see, all these things have been already foreseen, the problems. We must have a secure home so that we may give up our endless wandering and rehabilitate our nation in our own eyes and in the eyes of the world. We must, above all, not dream of restoring ancient Judea. The goal of our endeavors must be not the holding but a land of our own. Well, I'm not sure about all that. That's something that one would have to argue about in terms of whether you're theologically evangelical or fundamentalist or something, or what you think it should do. See, he doesn't think that we need a land necessarily in Palestine. And that becomes a big issue later. Herzl is all offered by the British Uganda. Interestingly enough, Uganda. And Herzl is, that's incredible that he was offered a place for this resettlement idea that Pinsker's already talking about. Not Palestine. The British didn't have Palestine at that time. And we'll see that this will be Herzl's huge defeat. Because when he comes to the Zionist Congress and proposes accepting Uganda, all the religious Jews of Eastern Europe who are now turned on somewhat by the idea of the Zionist Congresses that he founded will reject it. And it'll be a huge tragedy. It will kill him. He will not a year or 2 later die of a heart attack. I don't think he wanted Uganda as a final place. It was going to be a sanctuary, a stepping stone, a place for what Pinsker is talking about here. They don't think they can restore ancient Judea. We need a large piece of land for our poor brothers. You see, it's basically not for him. Pinsker, he's fine where he is. I think that's the weakness of what he's saying here. It's not fair than just going to send the poor people there. It's only these which have made our fatherland, the Holy Land, and not Jerusalem or the Jordan. Perhaps the Holy Land will again be ours. And I think that's how Herzl sees it. That if Palestine becomes available, then we will go there. But for the time being, we need a sanctuary. If so, all the better. So he sees the coming problems. And this is the crucial point. We must determine what country is accessible to us. And also we'll be able to adopt an offer to the Jews of all lands. Because we must leave these homes and go to a secure and unquestionable refuge, which we are also capable, which we must be capable of making productive. I've changed the language a little bit to fill in what we're talking about. Okay, so now he says, there are, in the life of peoples, just as in individuals, there are moments that which do not recur. Yeah, I think he's right there too. There are time taken as flood leaves on the fortune, as Shakespeare put it. very eloquently in Julius Caesar, and then there are times that you miss the point and they lead on to disaster. What happened to the American government in Iraq was that in 1992, if they had done what they tried to do in 2003, it could have easily been accomplished without a lot of pain and strain, because the other side didn't have 10 years to prepare the present terrorist campaign to undermine it. So there's a time when, taken at its flood, if you hesitate, you don't get. Junior Bush comes back, tries to do what his father didn't do, bang, look at the mess. So you said, it always would have been a mess. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. This was prepared and developed in the last 15 years, since 1992. So anyway, I don't want to get into politics in that sense, but I'm just trying to illustrate the idea that you have a moment, and the Jews have a moment, he thinks, here in the 1880s. And we see what did eventually transpire. So we're now passing through such a moment. The consciousness of the people is awakened. We feel not only as Jews, but also we feel like we are men. We don't feel like we're just, some sort of low, peddling vermin. And we must first desire to help ourselves. Only then will others help us. The help of others will be sure to come. He understands human nature, I think, so well. He speaks about honor, you see. The next paragraph down. That's all the more reason why we should strain every energy to the task of ending our national misery in an honorable fashion. We must go to work, resolved, ready for sacrifice, and God will help us. You can't sit waiting for the Messiah to come. You can't expect some guy to come down from heaven and lead you someplace. You have to roll up your sleeves and get to work and bring it about yourself. Auto-emancipation, that's what he means. Okay, we don't have a leader like Moses, he says. You don't get such people all the time, he says. And we need a home of our own. And I think he's got it pretty well clear. The Reformed Jewish program isn't going to do that, nor will the conservative one do it. And so he goes on to that. 197, the land which we're about to purchase, and he means purchase it, not steal it, must be productive and located in an area sufficient to allow settlement of several millions. We're talking about millions, not thousands. And it must be a national property which is unalienated.